In this episode of Pop Culture Weekly, I talk with the cast of the incredible Hulu exclusive film, The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. Let's go!
Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeartRadio. Your pop culture news, views, reviews, and celebrity interviews on all the movies, TV, music, and pop culture you crave weekly. Here's Kyle McMahon.
Hello, and welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I, of course, am Kyle McMahon, and we have a short episode today. We'll bring back the rotating panel of guest hosts next week and have a full blowout episode. This week, though, it is all about the Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. It is a brand new film exclusively on Hulu, and it is really, really, really great. It is based on the book, the 2013 novel of the same name that was written by Edward Kelsey Moore. And it stars Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor, Sanaa Lathan, Uzo Aduba, Mekhi Phifer, Julian McMahon, Vondie Curtis Hall, and Russell Hornsby. And I talk with Aunjanue, Sanaa, Mekhi, Russell Hornsby, and the incredible actors that play their younger counterparts, Kyanna Simone, Tati, Gabrielle, and Abigail Achiri. An incredibly, incredibly talented cast. The film is really great. It really is. It spans decades, and essentially it revolves around, these friendships from these women and everything that goes into it. The logline says it follows a trio of best friends known as the Supremes who, for decades, has weathered life's storms together through marriage, children, happiness, and blues. It really is an unabashedly authentic look at close relationships. That's what it comes down to. So let's just jump right into it. We'll start with the younger version of the characters. Here's my interview with Kyanna Simone, Tati, Gabrielle, and Abigail Achiri. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So, first of all, thank you for speaking with me. I appreciate it. I have to ask, did any of you or all of you read the book before before the project came into your life?
I did. I love to read. It's like one of my random things that people don't know that I love to do. But when I got the audition, I actually read the book before the script, and I fell in love. Like, I could not put it down. I read it in like 2 days, and Edward Kelsey Moore, like, he just did such a phenomenal job at like creating these beautiful characters with such different characteristics, personalities, nuances. And it was really great to like see the long form version of this story that's, made for a novel, and then to read Tina Mabry's like beautiful screenplay. I'm like, wow, like this is so visual, so beautiful. Like this is going to be so fun and emotional to see on screen. And I was like, I hope I could be a part of it. And thankful that I am today. Yeah.
And how about for the two of you? What drew you to the film?
For me, it's just the friendship, the sisterhood. Anyone who knows me knows that I take sisterhood and friendship and community so like heavily. I don't take it lightly. So if you're in my life, we're rolling through life. And so getting to read a script and see these characters support each other through really hard times, but also through really fun times, I was like, I need to be a part of this. Even the first scene where Odette is standing up for Barbara Jean, I was just like, that's the standard of friendship that like I expect and hold myself and my friends to as well. And so seeing it played out, I was like, oh my gosh, it's real. We should do this. Like I remember telling my team, like, please, like whatever we need to do, I will do it. And so getting cast, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, how it felt so fitting, because I just love friendship and sisterhood so much that it was honestly a dream come true.
I love that. And how about for you, Tati?
I mean, for me, same thing. Like it was the what captured me was the friendship, and the friendship over a lifespan. Like, and the sort of the lesson that is of like how to maintain these friendships over a span of time, the work that needs to be put in, the heart that needs to be put in. That was something that really drew me. And to see these girls that are coming from very different backgrounds that are allowed to be different and allowed to be themselves. And I feel like it's also the relationship that we shared, like as Tati, Abby, and Kiki, like just seeing that blossom in such an organic way was something that was really intriguing to me. And then particularly for Barbara Jean, of just like, oh, like this character that did have a hard life and that was saved by these girls, like, and what that means to have people that aren't your lover, that aren't your family, come and choose you and be like, no, you don't got to do the rest of this alone. We got you.
Yeah.
That was something that really drew me, and it just something that I think that the world needed to see.
I love that.
Yeah.
And did you learn, or if you did, what was the biggest lesson that you've learned about friendship and sisterhood through filming it?
That there will be lots of ups, but there will also be lots of downs. And that's what friendship is about. You can't just expect the shiny parts of a relationship. And I feel like in the Supremes, that's what we see. I mean, first time that Odette and Clarice meet Barbara Jean is at a low point in her life. Yeah. And that's like a testament to where their friendship will go. Mm-hmm. It's like,
you know, we meet up from here.
Yeah, like we like they meet her where she's at. Mm-hmm. And that's the best part of friendship. And I feel like after doing this film, I just kind of appreciated more so how my friends have always stuck beside me in any season of my life, and how I will stick beside them in any season of their life, you know?
And also that friendship doesn't have to look a certain way, you know, like at the end of the day, like whether your style is different, you have different hobbies, you have different interests, you have different taste in men. Yeah. At the end of the day, if your core values are all the same and all connected together, that is something that can sustain you through a lifetime.
Yeah. And I think for me too, just like learning or being reminded that like, in order to have a friendship for a lifetime, the work that has to be put in, the commitment, the nurturing that has to be put in order to achieve that. That, you know, I feel like sometimes we can think like, oh, no, well, this is my best friend, or these are like, they're going to be there. But it's like, well, no, if you don't continue to grow with, everybody's got to grow together. And I think that these girls very much do that. They grow together. They're willing to, like, at any point, highs and lows, like, okay, no, I'm gonna always meet you where you're at. Yeah.
That's beautiful from all of you. And I think a lot of times with, you know, especially in American culture, sometimes we forget that and kind of put friendships on like a secondary plane oftentimes, or, you know, as kind of a side thing in life, where, you know, those close relationships, in my opinion, are just as important as your romantic relationships and all those other relationships. Those are often the relationships that get you through the heartbreaks and when that romantic relationship might break up or whatever. So I think that the film does an incredible job of illustrating that. And of course, the three of you ladies do an incredible job of illustrating that as well. So thank you. I can't wait for everybody to see it exclusively on Hulu. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank
you too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Kyanna Simone, Tati, Gabrielle, and Abigail Achiri. Such joyous ladies, and I'm excited to see where as their career progresses. All right, next up, we have Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor, Sanaa Lathan, Mekhi Phifer, and Russell Hornsby. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. First of all, the film is absolutely spectacular. I think it is a beautiful story of friendship and love and perseverance, and it's just a joy to watch. And I wanted to ask you all, what is something, you know, that you took from this film that spans decades? You know, was there something about friendship and relationships and love that you maybe picked up on while filming?
For me, it was really just more of an appreciation for the friends that you have, because you can easily take people who have been by your side for granted. You just assume that that's, you know, what everybody has, which everybody doesn't. But just having to work with these scenes and really realizing that these women are the women who kind of kept my character alive, like that these friendships are kind of like different types of soulmates. And it just made me reflect on, my friendships in my life and have more appreciation for them.
Mm. And how about for you, for any of you, whoever wants to go?
Yeah, I like what Sanaa said about, that they we're saving each other's lives, and it's not a metaphor. We took her keys away from her because she was driving drunk.
Yeah.
They forced me to face something that was very serious that I was not being proactive about. So, I mean, I just think that's the gift of having women like that in your life. They really do save your life.
Mm. Mekhi?
Yeah, I mean, echoing these lovely ladies, it's a story that just held true to my heart. I can't say that there's one particular thing in my life that connected me with this. I think it's an array of experiences that made this text intriguing, and the comprehension of reading it. I understood, the different dynamics, and I loved that you were able to explore so many different characteristics from so few people. And it just goes to show you the complexity of man, and that's what I loved about this, and how it relates to an array of people. It relates to so many people, and it transcends race by far. You're a couple of minutes in and you don't really, that's not your focus. Your focus is these people. And that's what I love about it.
And how about for you, Russell? Was there something that you learned about, friendships and relationships while filming that connected you?
Again, as Aunjanue has said earlier, not necessarily in the moment, but I think that when I had the opportunity to sit down and watch this beautiful, lovely film and the beautiful, lovely work of Aunjanue, Sanaa, and Uzo, it reminds me of the friends I have in my life, right? And so in that, it helped me to understand and realize that, as my mother used to say, that the greatest joy and the greatest gift you can ever show and do is living well. Mm. And I feel like when you have good friends, when you have good friends and family by your side, it is a sign that you've been living well and that you've been living right. Mm-hmm. And so it reminded me of that.
I love that. Had any of you read the book before you came across the script?
I read it once I knew I was doing it, just to kind of, even though it's loosely based on the book. You can't get everything in the book in the movie. I just read it out of curiosity to see if there's any little gems that I wanted to keep. But by no means were we, encouraged to pull from the book, because it was all there in the script.
And had anybody else read it?
No, I hadn't.
No,
no.
I read it.
Oh, you did?
I did. I didn't finish it. I'm just going to say the truth. I did.
But you know how it ends.
Right. That's right. You know.
And, Mekhi, I think you kind of said it beautifully in the fact that, here's this, white guy from a suburb watching this film, and just within minutes, I'm engrossed in the storytelling and the relationships, and all of you as actors, portraying these. I mean, as all of you know, as artists, that it's much different to read a story on a page than watch it come to life on screen, and it requires talented actors to do that, and all of you have done it so beautifully with this. I do wonder, what do you think? I always try to find a lesson in anything that I do. What do you think, or what is that lesson for you from the film, from each of you?
Can I jump in there? Because I just wanted to tack on to what you were saying, which was very eloquent. This film goes to show you that we're more alike,
yes,
than divided, as some people try to do to our society. And what this film does, inadvertently, it sheds light on that fact. And that's a fact. If anybody tells you something different, then they're lying to you. And you should not be so easily swayed and easily suckered into the division mindset.
Yep.
Your mindset should be, how are we more unified? And for you to say that about this film, that typically you growing up, you wouldn't think because of the skin color that you see here that you could relate, but that's BS. Mm-hmm. That's false. That's a falsehood. Actually, we're more united than what some people that are trying to divide us are showing us. And if we fall prey to that and fall victim to that, then we're not having an objective point of view and objective thought process. We're thinking in a very acute, a narrow way of thought process. And I thank you, brother, for bringing that to light, because that's for me what this film represents.
I love that. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. I can't wait for everybody to see this exclusively on Hulu. Thank you.
Yes.
Yay,
thank you.
Have a good day. Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor, Sanaa Lathan, Mekhi, Phifer, Russell Hornsby. Incredible actors, incredible film. I really, really do love the Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. It is just incredible storytelling. It really is. Let me know what you think. It is streaming exclusively on Hulu right now from our friends at Searchlight Pictures. Love all that they do as well. And I want to know. It's an incredible drama, like I said, spanning decades, and it's unique in that aspect. It's unique at its authenticness. It really is just a great, great film that I think you'll love. Let me know what you think. Hit me up on socials, at KMacMusic, at Real Kyle McMahon, at Pop Culture Weekly, wherever you want to do it. And let's talk pop culture. I will see you next week. We'll be back with the rotating panel of guest hosts. All right, I'll see you next week. I love you. We out.
Thank you for listening to Pop Culture Weekly. Hear all the latest at popcultureweekly.com.
The Supremes at Earl's, all you can need, all you can need. The Supremes at Earl's, all you can need, all you can need.